Hey, babe, there's something missing out of the bumper.
You mean like a tow package?
Yeah, that would work.
All right, let's do it. Today's Jeep upgrade will be the tow package installation on the brand new Chuck and Cheryl Outdoor Adventure Mobile Unit, our 2017 Jeep Wrangler. Now, if you saw the review that we did on this, I mentioned if it doesn't come with the tow package, don't let it be a deal breaker. And we stand behind that. Because if it does come with the tow package, you're paying an extra $495 from the factory. That's what Jeep charges. That's a lot of money for a tow package that we're going to show you how to install for a little over $100. Now, if we pan down, you can see it's already installed. And I know what you're thinking. What's already installed? And I would love to say, yep, we already filmed it too, because we did. Run film. Oh, look, it didn't work.
Well, why is that, babe?
Because our beloved Canon, the HG30, love that camera. We used it to film the whole thing. And, of course, it was all installed. We sat down to edit the video, and we lost the focus on the camera. So we turned it in. It's no good. It's gone.
Poor thing.
Always buy accidental insurance.
Oh, yeah.
Because that camera was $1,300. We got all our money back. And now we got a new camera right here. We're testing it out.
Best investment ever.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take this back off, because we told you we would give you a video, and we're going to reinstall it again. And I know what you're thinking. Won't that take a lot of time? No, not at all. You are looking at the complete tow package for a Jeep Wrangler. Now, that hitch is capable of pulling 3,500 pounds, but you do need to check your owner's manual, because your Jeep may not be capable of pulling that much weight. Our Sahara is only capable of pulling 2,000 pounds due to the gear ratio. Now, the job itself is not difficult, but that being said,
this is not meant to be an instructional video. We are not professionals. We are just Jeep owners attempting to upgrade our own Jeep. We are not responsible for anyone attempting this upgrade on their own. WeRmudfun!
So this is the hitch right here. You're probably used to those big long ones. I know that's what I'm used to. This is the easiest one I've ever had to install. It just has the 4 holes. And they're oblong. Get underneath, I'll show you where it's going to go. Just to give you some perspective, that's the garage door. Now as we pan back and up, we're under the Jeep on our backs. This is the cross member for the frame. This is the bottom. Now up here, the oblong holes I showed you on the receiver itself, they're going to line up right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, the bolts will be going through the holes on the bumper itself. See how it's flat right here? And then it's recessed in here. So when it goes through, there's room for the bolt to go on the end of the nut. So, first thing we have to do is we have to lower the muffler a little bit and then mount the hitch. Alright, so in order to get the access, we're going to remove this hanger. Now, we already hit it up with some lube because, you know, we had to take the hitch off just to show you how to put it on. So, it goes easier if you hit it up with a little bit of lube. And then just take a pry bar, get back here, pry it up against the muffler itself, and pop it off, push it out the way. See, now it bends down a little bit. You can pull it down. And this is where the other muffler mount would be if you wanted to disconnect it and have the muffler drop a little lower, but we did it the first time, just disconnecting one, so that's how we're going to do it this time too. All right, and this hitch weighs about 15 pounds, so just be careful putting it up. You don't want it to come back and hit you in the head. Just sort of line up the holes a little bit, get them lined up. Just take a bolt, just get it to go through. It should stay. Try to get a couple in, lined up. Alright, have a rubber mallet handy, because sometimes they don't want to go in. So, putting the last bolt in, trying to stay out of the camera. Alright, now, what I want to tell you, the first one and the third one, what you may want to do before putting a hitch up, try running them just through the frame itself, because the holes don't always line up. Mine didn't line up. I read online, a lot of people's don't line up. That is not the hitch. That is a Jeep fault. But if you line it up and screw it through, it's close enough where you will get it through, and then they'll go through perfectly. Cool. So to put the bolts up there, you can either use your fingers, or you can put it into a 3/4 inch wrench. Feel for it, and then just screw it in. You want to do that to all of them. Do not tighten them down yet. Okay, so you want to make sure before you tighten everything down that this is centered within here. Ours is a little bit to the passenger side. Looks pretty good there. All right, now we're going to tighten it down. All right, so I'm just going to tighten them down now. And then once they're tight, I'll torque it to specs. It's really not that bad of a job at all. It's just noisy when the tools keep hitting the muffler. All right, there you go. It is completely torqued in and installed for the second time on the Chuck and Cheryl Outdoor Adventure Mobile Unit. We will have links to everything in this kit in the description box below the video. And if you decide to go with the Jeep cover there, make sure you put it on the hitch before you install it, or you're gonna have one heck of a time trying to get it underneath that bumper. Let's move on now to the wiring harness. Now, to install the wiring for the hitch, you need to take out the driver's side light only, and only these 2 screws. Now, if those 2 screws out, easily slide it to your right and just pull it out. And you will see the wiring harness right here. You're gonna grab hold, push in here, and pull on here. Disconnects.
That was easy. Let's see what inside looks like. No, it's dark.
Okay, your wiring connector. One end will have your 4-pin connector, which will go to whatever you're towing, so you can operate those lights. The other end will be a T. This will go between the harness here and the tail light that we took off. There's also the ground. Now the ground needs to be grounded. I do have a hole in there. Remember, this was already hooked in. You can see it down in there. That will go in with a screw. All right, now to get the wiring harness down to the hitch itself, behind the light, going down, there is a piece of foam, and we tried to film it, but it's getting dark out, so it was hard to see. So this is a piece of foam. If you look down now, you can see the floor.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
All right, now with this out, I'm gonna take the 4-pin connector, put it through this cutout hole, fish it on down to the ground. It is right here. And put the piece of foam back in. That was a self-tapping screw. I'm just gonna tighten it down now. I'm going to take this connector, going into the T, till it clicks. All right, and then the other end of the T is going to pop right into the taillight till it clicks. Fish the wires in, set it down where it goes, grab the 2 screws, line them up, and just tighten them down. Do not over tighten, you will crack your lens. Okay, that part's done. All right, so I put a zip tie around the hanger mount for the muffler. Bringing it around, I'm gonna stick behind there, the body mount. And then again right here is another one. And I've got it mounted also right there. Now I'm gonna tighten these up a little bit, but not overly, because I wanna make sure that it has enough room. Oh, and by the way, the hitch cover, it comes with a plug to plug it into.
Cool.
All right, let me tighten these up. All right, so we're just gonna test this and make sure it works now. First one will be the brakes. That works. Next one is the signals. They work. This one is the headlights. And that one works. It was a success. All right, so the install is complete now. $495 factory tow package for a little over $100. You can't go wrong. So until we upgrade something else, the end.